Hey everybody, Mark Agnesi here in the back room of Norman's Rare Guitars. Welcome back to another episode of Guitar of the Day.
Woo!
There we go. Need a little reinforcement there. Who wants to bet if the Les Paul from yesterday is still here? It's not. Oh, it's still here. I took a deposit on it. That one. It's got a deposit down on it. That one is spoken for. Well, I gotta tell you, man. If you want stuff, gotta be quick. Pretty good at this thing that we got going here now. Just saying.
It's pretty good.
Oh boy, Super Bowl Sunday this weekend. I haven't even watched football all year. Kids, man. My Sundays are not my own anymore. But looking forward to Super Bowl this year. Hopefully it's another good game. You know the Patriots. They're never out of anything. After last year's Super Bowl comeback, never count those guys out in anything. But we'll see what happens Sunday there. No Sambora Super Bowl this party this year, boo.
Oh.
Alice Cooper's birthday. No Sambora. We normally do the Sambora Super Bowl party. It's all right. We're going to find another place to watch it. It'll be fine. We'll have chips. Chips and drinks. Soda pops and stuff. Oh, let's see. It's Flat Top Friday. You're going to like it. How do I know? I know. I know what you guys like. I know what you like. You're going to like it. Come on back. This is from 1968. This is an original Gibson Hummingbird Heritage Cherry Sunburst finish.
Ooh.
I haven't had a Hummingbird in a while.
Look at that.
So let's talk about Hummingbirds. Let's talk about 60s square shoulder Gibson Dreadnoughts. Because you're not going to start to see these until the 60s. Hummingbird first year is going to be 61, although there are some 60s. So yeah, first year 61, but there's some before that. I guess first year would be 60, wouldn't it? No. 61's first year production. However, there's some what we call pre-release Hummingbirds. How do you know you have one of those? Because they're normally stamped with the factory order number R. Of course, you all know factory order number R is for 1960, right? You knew that already. You knew that, right, Jen?
I didn't know that.
We call those the R birds. Pre-release Hummingbird. 61 is the first official year. So this is a 68. What's the difference between a 68 and a 61? First of all, you'll notice screws in the pickguard. We were talking about this on that J45. That cherry red J45 we did, what was that, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. The screwed down pickguard in 68. 67, 68s, for whatever reason, have that. This has got the belly down bridge, as opposed to the belly up bridge, which you'll also start to see kind of in the late part of the 60s. Mark, what the hell are you talking about? This little part of the bridge here, call this the belly, how it's pointing down. Usually the belly points up on the earlier ones. Yeah, I'm not making it up. Also, nut width is going to be a little different. Although this one's not super narrow. This one actually clocks in at 1 5/8 instead of 9/16. So it's only a 16th narrower than full nut width, and it's a 16th wider than the narrow nut. So it's kind of the in-between nut width, 5/8. So it's still comfy. Not totally wide, but not super narrow at the nut. We got bound fingerboard, rosewood. Got a little fancier binding on the body than the J45s. But yeah, this is a square shoulder dreadnought. So up until this point, everything that Gibson was doing in this body size is what we call the slope shoulders. So you have the J35s, the J45s, the J50s, the J55s, the SJs, the country and westerns, the advanced jumbos. All slope shoulder dreads. Once you get into 1961, when they started to release the Hummingbirds, we start to see this square shoulder. What are the other square shoulder dreads? Well, you have the Hummingbird. Of course, you have the Dove, which is very similar looking to this, but it's got a maple back and sides. And then they changed the country and westerns and the southern jumbos from slope shoulder to square shoulder. Now, the J45s and J50s stayed sloped in the 60s, but from about 61 on, you go to square shoulder on country and westerns and on the southern jumbos. Go figure. Really, those are the only models that they did with the square shoulder. When we buy square shoulder, we're just talking about how it kind of comes to a little... It looks more like a Martin-shaped dreadnought here, the square shoulder, as opposed to those real slopey shoulders like you normally see on a J45. Mahogany back and sides, spruce top, gold parts on the Hummingbirds as well. It's just like the songwriter guitar, man. A lot of 60s records you hear. All the Stones records. Both Mick and Keith. I think it was a 67 natural Hummingbird is what they used on all like the Exile stuff. But it's just, you hear them, it's just immediately Wild Horses and Sweet
Ooh.
Virginia, and it's all those songs are in this guitar. Oh, they're real good. Why don't we go out to the couch? We'll bang on it real hard with the flat pick. We'll tickle it with the fingers. See what this guy can do. Let's go hit the couch. All right, we're out front. We have the 1968 Gibson Hummingbird, original Heritage Cherry Sunburst finish. Let's put it through the paces real quick. We'll start with a flat pick. We'll switch to the fingers in just a second. All right, let's ditch the flat pick. There it is. All right, let's hit this thing with the fingers a little bit. See how it does the little subtler, softer side thing too. Oh, there you have it. From 1968, original Gibson Hummingbird. Heritage Cherry finish. This one's got a 1 5/8 nut width on it. Spruce top, mahogany back and sides, bound rosewood fingerboard with the split parallelogram inlays for the markers. There's your Flat Top Friday for this week. Follow me on Instagram at Mark Agnesi. Follow the store at Norman's Rare Guitars. And check this and the rest of these guitars out online at normansrareguitars.com. You got one more? You got one more? We got one more in us for the week here. Tomorrow, oh yeah, spoiler alert, it's freaking Saturday. We'll see you guys back here for one final guitar of the day for the week before we call it quits. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. It's Friday. I'm done. I'm out. Peace.
Bye.